Hello everyone, my name is Amos Nimos, and in today's video I will show you an advice. I will give you some tips, a trick to make your usage of the terminal in Linux more efficient. If you don't use the terminal, well, the saying goes, if you can use the terminal for something, you should use the terminal for that thing. Simple. So if you can't use the terminal, use it. Okay? If you can do something in the CLI, do it in the CLI. Simple. But that's not the advice. That's not the trick that will save you time and make you like a machine. Super efficient. Super efficient. So let's say I want to edit a file that is inside of the .shell directory. So if I just ls the content, I have a file called aliases.sh. So if I want to edit aliases.sh, this is what a new Linux user will do, aka a noob. You're gonna move into the .shell directory, and then you're gonna take your text editor and open alias.sh. Okay, then you're gonna add whatever you wanted to add to the file. But that's not how you should do it. Okay, the way you should do this is, don't use cd, just straight up use the editor you want to use, then .shell / alias.sh. This may sound obvious. Maybe for some of you this is like, well, obviously, but it's a bad reflex that people have, that when they want to edit something or access something, they think they need to be in that directory. They think that they need to move somewhere to do something at that place. And this is, I get it, this makes sense. Normally if you want to do your job at work, you need to move to work, and unless you work remotely, so maybe that's not the best example, but if you want to do your grocery, you need to go to the grocery store, take your stuff that you want, go back to where you were. But that's not how it works in the terminal. You can simply just do whatever you want from wherever. So that's very cool. And if, let's say I go into file, so you might think that, okay, now it ain't gonna work if I do .shell / alias.sh, so I need to move. Okay, so this ain't working, so I need to move back, and now I need to do the comment. But let's not do that. Let's say into file. Okay, and from there what we are gonna do is still nano, not cd, nano, home directory /.shell / alias.sh. Bam, we're here, we're in. Or you can do something else. You ain't forced to use the home directory .. So we go back one directory, and then we go into the shell directory, and we edit the aliases, all without using cd, just using our text editor, which is nano. There it is, we're in the file. So this is the big advice. This is like, keep that in mind always. Always keep that in mind. Don't use cd. Also, if you didn't know, cd- will bring you to the last working directory. And I'm trying to do something, I'm testing this out to make it so that when I leave the terminal, it will save the working directory that I'm in before closing the terminal. And next session, I will be able to like cd to the last directory, for example, last dir. And this will work, but right now it's still a prototype. It ain't working real fine. I have the file located in my temp directory. If I go into my var / temp, which is like longer memory temporary directory, so you have like lastdir.temp, and if I do cat lastdir.temp, there's nothing in it because that's the part I need to code. I need to code it so that I have like a signal sent wherever I close the terminal. So that's where I am. That's where I am in the development of this. But this will be a very nice feature, because as much as it's cool to use cd- to go back to the previous working directory, the problem with that is that when you close the terminal and you open it back, if you just want to go back to where you were in the last session, you can't. cd- ain't gonna work. Also, I use f a lot. So I have this f program that I made, which allows me to, like, I have favorites directory, and I can just select one or start typing one, and move into it, or it works also with file and such. But when you delete the directory, of course it ain't gonna work, but you can just delete it from the list of using D, I think, or R for remove, not sure, F, H, and now you get like all the command that works with the F, basically the favorite directory slash file utility. There you go, that's what it does. That's very cool, and you should definitely build a similar like script for your system, because it's very efficient to have like I can export some, add favorite, remove directory, help, show favorite. I can do just show. That's I didn't remember about that, so I can just show them. Yeah, that's cool. That's a nice feature. It's very a nice program. Honestly, I'm proud of myself. All of this was coded by me, no help from Google, no help from artificial intelligence like ChatGPT, language model processing, whatever. And I still program like this. I still think that it's efficient enough to code some of that stuff for yourself. Like, I'm more efficient at writing Bash code than ChatGPT. I spent enough time programming in Bash that I'm more efficient. It's just quicker for me to code stuff in Bash without ChatGPT's help. But is it always going to be the case? I think so, because no matter how good it is, it doesn't think like I do. So that's the big difference. It might be very smart. It might be smarter than I am, but it won't be as crazy as I am. It won't try crazy stuff. I do try crazy stuff. I do stuff that ain't standard, that nobody else would think to do. And one of this example is that I have like this very cool script, which is flag. There it is. And this script allows me to basically handle flags and bash scripts. So it's a bash script that I can import in my other bash script, and it simplified the process of like checking for flags, flag arguments, so much. It makes it so easy that you can just use variable like flag A to check if A was pressed, or flag A to check if a value was passed to the A flag. Because the way it works is that every capitalized letter can store an argument, and every uncapitalized letter is just a boolean value, so on off basically. So those are my big advice for you as a new Linux user. By the way, I generated this image with Midjourney, and it's amazing. Doesn't it look great? Doesn't it look just amazing? That's amazing. I love it. Such a great, like, look at the reflection. Look at that nice reflection in the puddle of water, and like, okay, the texture on the sidewalk ain't perfect, and it has some issues here and there, but overall that's a nice place I would like to visit. Maybe not because that's an alley at night and stuff, but it looks to be in Japan, and Japan is safe. I mean, and look at all these shops that are probably open. Like, these are probably clubs, or I don't know. Can't read the sign, that's for sure. That's the end of the video, folks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell me how great I am and why my thumbnails suck, because I don't take the time to do any editing for these videos. I just upload them. I upload them continuously. I don't do editing. I'm good at doing editing, but I don't do it because I'm lazy. It would take twice as much time to make this video. And same for the thumbnail. That's why I don't do thumbnail. Yeah, maybe I will make one for this video, but probably not.